Welcome in Mathematics 9. This is Sir Michael, your teacher for today. In this video, we will be talking about discriminants. And our objective for this video, we have determine discriminants and illustrate the probable graph. Quadratic equation is a quadratic function is any equation of the form f of x is equivalent to ax squared plus bx plus c, where a, b, and c are real numbers and a is not equal to 0. So in this video, we will be focusing about the given equation, particularly this given standard equation f of x is equivalent to ax squared plus bx plus c. In our last video, which is the link is provided below, we discussed about the quadratic formula and identifying the roots using the given definition, such as if f of x is equivalent to ax squared plus bx plus c and a is not equal to 0, then x is equivalent to negative b, positive negative b squared minus 4ac over 2a. So this formula is used to identify the value of x, particularly the value of our roots. In quadratic formula, discriminants, in any quadratic formula, we have x is equivalent to negative b, positive negative square root of b squared minus 4ac over 2a. The radicand b squared minus 4ac is called the discriminants. So therefore, we are talking about the value inside our radical, the expression inside the radical. Discriminants is used to identify certain measurements or values, and then that values correspond with number of solutions that we can have, that we can find in the given quadratic equation. Sometimes we can identify two real solution or two numerical value of our roots, and sometimes meron din tayong nahahanap na isa lang, or there is a repeated value of x, at sometimes meron din tayong nahahanap na mga imaginary value of roots or value of x. And later, may encounter po natin yan sa mga example natin. Discriminants also used for us to visualize kung ano po yung magiging ating graph of the given quadratic equation. So now, let us talk about the table representation of the values that we can have and the corresponding numbers of solution and kung ano yung mga numbers na pwede natin ma-encounter. After solving b squared minus 4ac and we have a positive answer. Pag sinabi natin positive answer, it could be 4, it could be 1, it could be 1,000, or it could be a fractional, or it could be a decimal. So any other value, basta po siya ay positive, automatically meron tayong dalawang two real solution. Pag sinabi natin two real solution, meron tayong dalawang roots na magkaibang value. So yung roots natin, it could be 1 or 2, or it could be 3 or 4, and so on and so forth. So automatically, if our discriminant or the value of discriminant is positive, automatically we have two real solutions. Next, if our answer in b squared minus 4ac is 0, automatically our value is, or our the number of roots is one real solution. So meron lang tayong isang sagot na mahanap sa ating quadratic equation after identifying the roots. And syempre, if we are given with a negative value of discriminant, automatically meron tayong two complex but not real solution, or there are two imaginary roots. So pag sinabi natin imaginary roots, they are mathematical error and they are involved with a value na hindi po siya kaya ng calculator, or simply if we use our calculator, more likely it will come up with a mathematical error or syntax error. So therefore, from that, so since we are given with a negative discriminants, we will be illustrating a mathematical expression for that. Yan. So automatically, sabi ko nga natin, pag negative yan, therefore there are two complex but not real solution, or there are two imaginary solutions. So now, since we already identified kung ilan yung possible nating mga roots or solutions from our discriminants, so let us talk about the graph itself for each discriminants. So if we're given with a positive discriminant, therefore we have two real solution or two x-intercept. Therefore, in our graph, laging tandaan kapag positive, ibig sabihin ang graph natin intersect our x-axis twice. So therefore, there will be 2 points na nag-connect sa graph natin at sa x-axis natin. So yan. So that is our positive discriminants. While in our zero discriminant, therefore we have only one real solution, and more likely meron lang tayong isang x-intercept. So our graph will be like this one. Isang beses lang or 1 point lang mag-intersect yung ating graph at yung ating x-axis. While in our imaginary or negative discriminants, so there will be no x-intercept, there will be no real solution. Sa madaling salita, yung graph natin ay hindi or kailanman hindi tatama sa ating x-axis. Just like in our graph here. So hindi siya tumama sa x-axis. So therefore, it is floating either upward or downward. So that is our negative discriminants. So for us to understand it further, so let us apply it in our example. So in identifying the discriminants, always remember we have a formula. In that formula, we are given with b squared minus 4ac. And that formula, we are required to identify the value of a, the value of b, and the value of c in our given quadratic equation. So therefore, from our first step here, so we need to write the given and identify the values of our a, b, and c in our given quadratic equation. Always remember in our given quadratic equation, which is in terms of standard form, so naka-form siya ng ating standard form na ax squared plus bx plus c is equivalent to 0. Therefore, automatically, ang value ng a natin ay katabi niya ay x squared. Ang value ng b natin katabi niya ay x. And yung c natin is just a number. So therefore, let us now identify the value of our a, b, and c. So for our letter A, so ano kaya yung value natin? Okay, so we have number 5. How about our b? In our given equation, since wala tayong x in our given quadratic equation, automatically kung wala siya, 0 na agad yon. So kung wala siya, automatically it is represented with 0 value. And for letter C, we have negative 6. And our formula, so let us just write it down. So our formula is b squared minus 4ac. Now, for our solution, let us just substitute our given to our formula. So therefore, substituting it, so our b squared is 0 squared minus 4 multiplied by a, which is 5, multiplied by c, which is negative 6. Next, so 0 squared is just 0. So negative 4 multiplied by 5 multiplied by 6. So negative 4 times 5 is negative 20. Then negative 20 multiplied by 6, the answer is positive 120. So therefore, our discriminant is 120. So going back in our table, and in our given, so sabi doon, ang discriminant natin ay we have 120. Saan kaya siya magpo-fall? Is it positive? 0 ba siya or negative? So 120 is positive. Therefore, there are two real solutions in our given quadratic equation. Now, since ang given natin ay, ang sabi doon, we have our value, and ang sagot natin, we have two solution. Therefore, what will be our probable graph if our given is positive and we have two solutions. So going in our whiteboard, so therefore in our example number 1, our graph will be, sabi nga daw natin, if our given is positive, therefore our graph will be touching twice in our x-axis. So therefore, more likely, this will be our graph for our example number 1. So it touches 2 points in our x-axis. So next. So let us have this second example. So let's try it out. So in this second example, you may pause the video and try it on your own and identify the value of the discriminant, the number of solution, and the probable graph. And you can just play it again if you already got the answer. So now let us solve this one. So let us identify first the given. So our given will be, we have A, B, and C. So ang A natin, we have ax squared plus bx plus c is equivalent to 0. Ang A natin is 1. Since ang x squared ay walang katabing number, automatically there is an imaginary 1. So therefore, let us just write 1. For letter B, we have negative 10. For our letter C, we have 25. For the formula, we have b squared minus 4ac. So for our solution, so let us just substitute the given to our formula. So our b is negative 10 squared minus 4 multiplied by a multiplied by c, which is 25. So solving it, negative 10 squared is 100 minus 4 multiplied by 1 is negative 4. Then negative 4 multiplied by 25 is negative 100. Then 100 minus 100 is just 0. Therefore, our answer is 0. So since 0 siya, so ang answer natin is 0. Therefore, how many solutions are there if our given is 0? Do you think what is the answer? And that's great. So we only have one solution in the given. So let's check the table. So according to here, our answer is 0. Therefore, there is only one real solution, or there is only one solution. So meaning our answer is this one. So going in our whiteboard, so for our second example, our probable graph will be, so ano magiging graph natin? So it only touch once of our x-axis. It could be like this one. So therefore, that will be our probable graph. So we are just identifying what will be the probable illustration of our graph. But not necessarily na dito na kalocate yung mga graph natin. So sometimes it could be located in this one. Sometimes it's located in the middle part. So in terms of this graph, so we were just illustrating kung ano yung mga magiging itsura niya. So nasusundan po so far? Sige, let us have our third example. We have 8x squared plus 6x minus 5. Do you think what is the discriminant? Once again, you can pause the video and try it on your own. And afterwards, if you are done, just play it again and check if your answer is correct. Okay, so in this example, always remember if our given expression is not in standard form, therefore we need to make this expression into standard form. So ano ba yung standard form natin? We have ax squared plus bx plus c is equivalent to 0. So as you observe, all of our expression are located in the left part of our solution. Therefore, lahat po ng ating expression ay ililipat natin sa left. So since si negative 5 ay nasa right, ililipat lang natin siya sa kabila. So moving negative 5 to the other hand, it will become 8x squared plus 6x plus 5 is equivalent to 0. Moving -5 to the other side, always remember, it changes its sign. Since ito ay negative, therefore, kapag nilipat natin sa kabila, so magiging positive. Therefore, it will become +5. So now, since naka-standard form na tayo, so let us identify the given. So we have A, B, and C. For letter A, we have 8. For letter B, we have 6. And for letter C, we have 5. And our formula is B squared minus 4AC. So let us solve for our solution. So we just need to substitute our given to our formula. We have B squared is 6 squared minus 4 multiplied by 8, which is letter A, and multiplied by C, which is 5. So we have 6 squared is 36. And from here, so -4 multiplied by 8. So what is the answer? We have 32. Then multiplied by 5, we have 160. So minus 160. And after that, so do you think what will be the answer? So 36 minus 160 is, we have -124. Therefore, our answer is -124. Kaya nga lang, always remember, since 160 is larger than 36, therefore, our operation or our sign of our answer will be negative. Kaya po siya naging -124. Next, so since our answer is negative, do you think how many solutions are there? And what will be our answer? Is it positive, 0, or negative? Okay, that's good. So we have -124, so our answer is negative. And meaning, since we are given with negative, there are two, ano yung lagay natin dito? Two complex but not real solution, or but there are imaginary solution. Yan. So there are two not real solution. So paano ba natin yun sinasabi, yung mga not real solution? Because if we are applying it in the concept, always remember, if we're given with if we're talking about complex numbers, therefore we're talking about imaginary number. So meaning, if we're talking about imaginary number, our expression involves a negative value inside our radical sign. So therefore, just like in our given, imaginary number is equivalent to square root of -1. Thus, since meron siyang negative number inside the radical, automatically, if we use our calculator, it will become an error, or math error, or syntax error. Kasi, so ang sagot kasi doon is undefined or cannot be determined if we are given with a negative number inside our radical. So kapag ganon, automatically, it involves imaginary. Yeah. So therefore, automatically, if we're given with two not real solution, therefore there is an involvement of negative numbers inside our radical, or simply means there are imaginary numbers. So that's it. So yun lang po ang ating pag-aaralan for this video. So if you want to watch other videos regarding identifying the roots, so you may check the link below. And if you want to learn something about quadratic functions, you can just check the link below also to study. That's it. So thank you very much for listening, and God bless.